There are lots of acronyms one hears when working on or across public land, but there's only one that you need to remember: EIS. EIS, Environmental Industrial Services. That's the one set of initials that has produced results for many energy, construction, and development companies, from small to large, working on public lands across the West. Best known for its nationally recognized mitigation and reclamation work in the energy arena, EIS is a full-service regulatory interface for your project, no matter how large or how small. From the first line of a permit application to be completed to the last seed of native seed planted, EIS can give you access to the same regulatory compliance expertise as the big energy, mining, and construction firms working on public lands at a fraction of the cost.
So many people think that reclamation starts at this point, when you've got the disturbance, the mud pit's built, the pad's built, and that shouldn't be the case. Reclamation honestly should start the day you locate the well. So if you start out day one, do it right, your costs are less and your success is great.
EIS is a consortium of civil engineers, botanists, certified wildlife biologists, archaeologists, geologists, plant and wildlife ecologists, teamed with seasoned NEPA coordinators and award-winning environmental landscape architects, working in concert to lift the regulatory and compliance burden off of your company from the first exploratory footprint on public land to the last reclamation survey.
Working on federal land for the first time or on state land, there's a lot to become acquainted with. We can definitely avoid a lot of the problems that these folks encounter if it's their first attempt on a federal permit. It's a lot easier to do it one time correctly than it is to do it 5 or 6 times without success. And that's what we've seen on an awful lot of these sites in the West.
From the very beginnings of a proposed project, EIS can provide your company with thorough and accurate environmental assessments and environmental impact statements that are fully NEPA compliant. We are equipped to be prepared and submit evaluations for state and local agencies as well. We can also fully navigate the jungle of paperwork involved in permit application and procurement, including all related fieldwork and studies that need to be completed. Mid-project, we can provide site design and construction services with an eye to cost-effective reclamation after the job is completed. We can provide access design including road construction, required water diversion and culvert design, air quality plans, ventilation design, and a full range of geologic evaluations. Projects on public lands now require extensive monitoring. Rather than negotiate dozens of monitoring and surveying contracts, EIS can provide them all in one contract. Our staff can design and conduct traffic surveys, threatened and endangered wildlife monitoring, vegetation surveys, archaeological and cultural site surveys. Plus, as your partner, we can take the lead in addressing and negotiating reasonable, real-world mitigation solutions to those problems that will inevitably arise between permittee and regulatory agency. At EIS, we know your image is important and that time is of the essence in getting documentation to the right people at the right time. That's why we apply the same cutting-edge philosophy in the office that we do in the field. We are state-of-the-art in AutoCAD and GIS design. When we represent your company, you will receive the same highly accurate, professional, and attractive documents in the right format at the right time. All of our mapping documentation is in accordance with the Federal Geographic Data Standards and is available in all mediums. What we leave behind when our work is done becomes our legacy. What do you want your company's legacy to be? That is where EIS has really built its reputation. Our company has pioneered mine site, oil and gas pad reclamation innovation, often seeing reclamation improvement in excess of 300% of adjacent undisturbed. If you want to find where the wildlife dies, just look to where EIS has done a reclamation project. Whether it is mitigated exchange lands or actual site rehab, EIS uses the most state-of-the-art practices that can complete site rehabilitation, often in less than 36 months. Many of the innovations used by EIS were developed by EIS. If we weren't working with Mother Nature, we would patent our process.
We're just doing exactly what nature does. We're just trying to better utilize what we've got to work with. By creating pockmarks or small basins, we're able to trap whatever rain or snow falls on the site, maximize it in these low areas, and that's where we get our best growth.
By simulating and enhancing the conditions found on undisturbed acreage, we can actually accelerate the natural revegetation time by as much as 5 times. The end result of our work is so good, you can't even tell we were there. Words are fine, but nothing tells our story like pictures. From our young and energetic field biologists to our senior engineers and company founder, EIS provides your company with over 100 years of combined professional and industry-recognized experience in the full spectrum of interface with federal and state regulating agencies across the vast expanse of public lands here in the West. Let us give you the same advantage that the giant energy companies have in environmental and engineering services, all in one point of contact. Let our 35 years of expert experience become a good experience for you on your next project on public lands. The one agency that does it all, EIS.